Hi, I'm Trish. Someone was asking me for some ideas on lunches to take to work, high protein lunches. I try to include protein in every single meal because that's what keeps you full, the fibre and the protein. What I would start by doing is thinking about what sort of proteins I like to eat. So things like chicken, other meats, salmon, tuna, yogurt, cheese, and when you're talking about cheese, not just slices of your tasty cheese. Ricotta, cottage cheese are great. Things like nuts and seeds, quinoa. I don't think I've missed anything. Oh, eggs. Eggs are really good. They're good for protein. And then you've just got to think about how you want to eat those, how you can put those together in a meal that's going to be nice when it's reheated, or that you can eat cold. And of course you want it to be healthy, and if you can throw in some extra fibre there, that's really good as well. What I do, because I live alone and I can't stand cooking for, everyday cooking, no. So what I do is I have big cooking days and fill my freezer. So I've always got a variety there, so then when I want something to eat, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever, I just get it out of the freezer, let it thaw and reheat it, and I've got a great healthy, hearty meal. Just as an example, I went through my freezer and got a few things out for you to see, and here's straight away 9 meal ideas. I've got, that's a soup, and it's all going to be frozen. That's a soup I made just with chicken, leeks and some quinoa. So you've got the protein in the chicken and the protein in the quinoa as well, and that's really hearty, and when I'm really good, I write the calories on the lid so that I know, like that's in case I'm counting calories. That's a good one, just thaw, reheat, and then I've got, I'll be honest, I don't know what this is other than it's got beef and what looks like bok choy in it, some chilli I think, it smells nice, some beefy Asian thing I think, 280 calories. And you don't need to put rice and pasta or bread or anything with all this. When you eat enough protein, you'll be full. That's not a third of a cup of applesauce. I reuse my containers. That was just a yellow split pea thing that I made. I put some veggies in it and some chicken. I find chicken goes a long way if you steam it and then wait till it's cool and then just shred it all up. It makes up a lot of bulk, and it's really, really nice. That's a beef and barley soup that I made, and I put tons of veggies in as well. I won't open that up, that's all I see on the top. But that's just chuck steak, whatever veggies I had there, probably carrots and onions and capsicum. I'll probably put zucchini in there as well. And then barley, so that's really nice and hearty. That's just some good old-fashioned chow mein. So you just get your whatever mince, chicken, beef, lamb, pork, and just make it up with, just your cabbage. And I also put in some bok choy or pak choy or choy sum, whatever's there, and a packet of chicken noodle soup, Australian brand chicken noodle soup, because that's how my mother-in-law made it, and she made the best chow mein on earth. And I put in some bean shoots and curry, and it's good. I don't like that it's got all that sodium in it, because I try to stick it, try to keep away from those sort of processed foods, but this is gold. And it's surprisingly low in calories because it's got a lot of cabbage. And then I've got these baked beans. These are homemade baked beans. You just you buy the bags of the dried beans in the supermarket, just for lottie beans or black beans or kidney beans, whatever kind of beans you want. And I think there's even a recipe for the baked beans on the packet, and then just get yourself some bacon bones or ham hock or whatever. Whatever recipe you use though, it says to use, that's got a lot of sugar and a lot of golden syrup I think. Don't put as much in, put a little tiny bit in, but not a lot. That's got so much protein in it and so much fibre, and these little dishes here, they hold 400 ml, and they're fairly full but not quite full. So I'd say if you're pretty early in your lap banding, you're probably only even going to need half of that. I'm maintaining, so I eat a lot more. You know, and as long as you eat slowly and, you know, all that stuff. This is turkey meatloaf that I make with, I put a lot of veggies in mine, a ton of onion, a ton of mushrooms, so that's actually only about 50% turkey mince. Plus I throw in an egg and a handful of oats, and I tend to use oats instead of breadcrumbs in all recipes. I use a lot of oats instead of flour, and you can put oats in just about anything, pancakes, muffins, all that sort of stuff. Now that, I would just, I normally steam up my veggies fresh with that. You could do that the night before, or even steam up a heap of veggies and put them in the freezer, or just get those little, you know, those little individual portions of steamed veggies. And then you just got to reheat it. Just chuck it in the microwave and you've got a really good meal there. I've got my homemade turkey burgers, which are fantastic. Now this one's not cooked. I make up a big batch of them. Pretty similar actually to my turkey meatloaf, but in burger form. And with this you could obviously cook it beforehand. You could make them all up, cook them all, and then chuck them all in the freezer. And then all you've got to do is get a bit of salad, you know, a bit of spinach and whatever other salad veggies you like. Put it all together in a wrap, maybe, and you've got yourself a fantastic high protein lunch there. And you can do the same with these. These are store-bought. These are the macro veggie burgers. You can get curry ones, Moroccan ones, quinoa ones. And they're pretty nice, but they're high in calories. So you can see I've written on that bag, 130 calories. Because then by the time I have veggies with it, and I like to make a mushroom onion gravy with it, but that's like for a dinner. You could do the same thing with this as your turkey burger. It's just a veggie burger. Put it in a wrap with some salad. And you can heat these in the microwave and just break them up. They're fine. My daughter buys chicken breasts and she steams them. And just chops them up, puts them in individual servings in the freezer, and then when she gets them out, she's got ready-made chicken there. And all you do, you just add your salad to it, a bit of dressing if you want, a bit of olive oil and balsamic. Yeah, and whatever salad you like. I'm sure I don't need to tell you how to make salad. If you don't feel like a meat and veg type thing at work, you could get some cottage cheese or some ricotta and put some fruit in it. That's just heavenly with raspberries or pineapple, banana. It's really nice, and you know, ricotta and cottage cheese. It's low in calories, lots of protein. Add the fruit in, you've got fibre as well. You could have yogurt with whatever fruit you want. And when I say yogurt, I don't mean go and buy fruit or, you know, a lot of people even buy, you know, the chobani with the fruit in it. You have a look at how much sugar's in that. It's a bit, I'd prefer to just buy plain Greek yogurt and add fruit to it. Add some nuts into it, add some seeds into it. So, you know, then you've got although the chobani plain Greek yogurt has the highest amount of protein. So then you've got your protein in your yogurt, then you've got protein in your nuts, protein in your seeds. And it's really nice and filling. You can make a really nice frittata with ricotta, and you put peas in it as well. They're high in protein. Eggs. If you buy the Golden Circle canned peas, which is so delicious, there's a recipe on that. I think it's called a Spanish pea frittata or something. You could make those and freeze them. Then you just take them to work, thaw them out, reheat them. I make banana and egg pancakes, and that's the only two ingredients. You mash up a banana, mix in 2 eggs, and just cook them up like a normal pancake. You'll get two pancakes, probably about so big out of it. You've got to cook them nice and gently though, otherwise they break apart because they haven't got flour and all that sort of crap in them. So then you've got the protein in the eggs. I'd say if you're early in your journey, you probably only eat one of those. Actually, I only eat one of those at a time anyway. So you've got the protein from the egg, and you've got the fibre from the banana, and then you can take a little, get yourself some little containers, like either these little containers, put a little bit of yogurt in it, cut up a bit of whatever fruit you want, strawberries, blueberries, banana, whatever. And you can also get these little containers. Oh, I just got some of these, or these little ones. Just get them in Woolies in little packs, and they're so cheap. You can put them in the dishwasher, you can put them in the microwave. They're really tough. In the freezer, but they're really good. Put some walnuts in there. So then, you know, heat up your pancake, dollop of yogurt, bit of fruit, bit of walnuts. So then you've got your protein in your eggs and your yogurt and your nuts. You've just got to think about the protein foods that you like to eat and make meals out of them that you can put in the freezer so that you're not having to cook every day. You just go to the freezer. It's like, for me, it's like shopping. I go and I'm like, what do I feel like eating today? Do I feel like chow mein, or do I feel like, you know, soup, or do I feel like a beef casserole? It's all there. It's all ready. And if you have a big cooking day, say, you know, initially maybe once a week, and if you've got a big freezer, you'll fill that in no time at all, and you'll have 8 or 10 different meals to choose from. Another thing you can do is get yourself, you know, the little tiny tins of tuna, or you can get little tins of smoked mussels or smoked oysters. You can and you can get little tins of salmon as well. Yeah, you can put your tuna and your salmon into a wrap, or even just in a bowl with some salad. Just mix it all up. Throw in some pine nuts. That's really nice. Bit of salad dressing. You can put salad dressing in one of these, so you take it and it's not all mushy. I mean, with your mussels and your oysters, just put them on Ribetas or whatever crackers you want. But when you buy your crackers, make sure they're not too high in sodium and sugar snakes into everything. I'm a real big fan of just, you know, cooking up a straw and putting it all in the freezer, and then you're not relying on pre-packaged foods. Another thing my daughter makes with her little baggies of chicken is she cooks up quinoa, and she cooks up a heap of veggies, like a mountain of veggies. The veggies that girl eats is unbelievable. And then she just mixes it all together with some herbs. I think she likes cumin at the moment. Just mixes her quinoa and her chicken and her veggies all together with a bit of seasoning. And I've tasted it. It's divine, absolutely divine. And that's healthy, really, really healthy. You could have that. You could make that ahead of time. You could probably even put that whole thing in the freezer. And then you've got like you know, if you don't feel like salad, if you don't feel like something cold, you've got something nice and warm that's still, you know, meat and veggies and the quinoa. That's a good idea, actually. Oh, I've made up like a healthy curried egg a few times. You know, like normally when you make a curried egg sandwich or whatever, you put in heaps of mayonnaise. I've made the curried eggs with, you know, you mash up the eggs, and I put in Greek yogurt instead of the mayonnaise, and then, you know, a bit of tiny little bit of salt, a bit of pepper, and some curry powder, and then instead of putting it on a sandwich, I put it on a Ribena with a bit of spinach. I'm not a big fan of lettuce anymore. There's just it's really low in calories, but there's no nutritional value in it really. It's just you're eating nothing. You're just eating water really. So I prefer spinach. You could look up recipes for like egg, cheese, veggie slices. I'm thinking like a zucchini slice, but that's got it's all flour and oil basically, and a lot of cheese. But I'm sure if you looked around, and if you want, I'll do some experimenting. You could probably make up a zucchini slice using oats instead of flour, or at least, you know, wholemeal flour and oats instead of white flour. Probably be really nice made with ricotta instead of tasty cheese, and just less oil. You don't need all that oil. Maybe put in an extra egg or two. I might experiment with that and get back to you and let you know how my healthy zucchini slice goes. So yeah, that's all the ideas I can come up with at the moment for healthy, nourishing, hearty, protein-packed lunches at work. Let me know in the comments if you can come up with anything else. That'd be great.